And now on to a CNBC TV18 exclusive. Airbnb has turned its focus to Asia and is investing heavily in India and China. That's the word coming in from co-founder and CTO of Airbnb, Nathan Blecharczyk. While acknowledging that India remains a small market for Airbnb, Blecharczyk has said that the momentum in Indian markets is growing at a rapid rate. Speaking to CNBC TV18's Saina Denugra, he added that there are too many unicorns in India and some of them will perish. Here's an excerpt.
The Young Turks' 14 years.
I believe that there's an India connection with the very first Airbnb guests that you had at your apartment, which you shared with Brian Chesky and Joe, your co-founder. Tell us about that India connection.
That's right. So this whole company was inspired by a weekend in October of 2007 when we hosted 3 designers who were coming to a conference in our apartment, and one of the guests was from India, a man by the name of Amol. So yes, India is part of the founding story of this company.
I'm talking to you about this in the context of what we are seeing with Indian unicorns. We now have about 8 of them on that list from India. Do you think that for some unicorns who are massively venture backed, it can actually be a vicious spiral that you put yourself into when you are too much dependent on venture money?
In the short term, there's been too many unicorns. That's not sustainable. And maybe there needs to be now a readjustment to things. I'd like to remind people, though, Airbnb was started during a recession. And I actually think that those tough times can actually make you into a healthier company. But yes, I think there's companies out there that are doing things that aren't sustainable, and some of them will make it through this period, and some of them won't. I think the important thing to look at is long-term retention of the customer, and what is that value proposition that keeps the customer coming back? And is it really just about the cheapest price, or is there something more that is bringing the customer back to you? In the case of Airbnb, it's the fact that people really value the ability to live more like a local. There's no other way that people can do this, actually. And so that's the core value proposition. Now, it so happens that you can get that at an affordable price, too, but it's not just about price.
The Young Turks' 14 years.